I'm ashmail12.com, and in this tutorial I'm going to talk to you about arrays in PHP. Now there are three types of main ways, should I say, but three types of ways that you can actually create and use arrays. So the first one is called a numeric array, which is basically just a list inside a variable. So an array is just a list of values. Then you've got an associative array, which you can then sort of like name your array values, and then you've got multidimensional arrays, which I'll get to that when we get to it, because that's simple but a little more complicated because you've got an array inside an array. So the first thing we're going to do is I've just got a blank page set up here and a blank page in Dreamweaver. Now the first thing I'm going to do is numeric array. And let's just say we'll create an array of countries. And the array goes like this. Now what I like to do is put these on different lines, a bit like that. Even though it's slightly out, it just makes it look a bit easier to read. For me anyway, you don't have to do this. So basically what you do is in double quotes or single quotes, I believe you can use as well. You just type what you want. So I'm just going to put England here, and then in arrays you separate the values with a comma, so it's a comma separated value list, and then comma, and then I just go into a new line and we'll put France, and we'll have one more, let's say United States. Okay, so that's basically an array. Now if we come and echo out countries just like that, you'll see how we just get an array printed out on the screen. So what we have to do to actually print out these values is put square brackets at the end of this. This now tells the PHP, the code, that this variable here, countries, is an array. So basically if we just do that, you'll get fatal error, because you need to specify a value. So in not just PHP but in computing and in most other codes, Java, anything really, it starts at 0, not 1. So if you know what I mean, so England is 0, France is 1, and United States is 2. Okay, oops, oh bloody hell. France is okay. So if we wanted to print out England, for example, we'll just put a 0 in there, and that will print out England. And same with 1, we'll get France, and 2, we will get United States. Okay, so that's basically a numeric array. It's just a list of values, and you then associate that with a number depending on where in the list it is, and the first one starts at 0. Okay, so that's numeric array. So if I just comment, actually I'll just take away the echo. So next what we're going to do is associative array. I spelled that right. Associative array. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to just get the same array, but this time basically we can now name what we want in here. So say now we're going to do capitals of the country. So if we want to make if we want to associate this from a key and a value, so England is key and we want to put a value to this, we then put an equals and the greater than sign, so it looks a bit like an arrow, and then another set of double quotes or single quotes if that's what you're using, and then you just put in London in there. And then we can do the same for these here, oops, and then just change the values here, so Paris, and I believe it's Washington DC, I believe. So now obviously nothing's there, it's not echoed anything else. If we now echo out countries, put that over there. Echo. I'll spell that right. Countries, and then basically I have the array, and we put in here the value. So we want to echo out the capital of England. So now if we refresh the page, we will get London, and the same for France. We get Paris, and United States, we will get Washington DC. Okay, so that is an associative array. It basically, in simple terms, it basically just allows you to create keys or names for a certain value. So in here we just had one value in there. I could have changed them to London, Paris, Washington DC, just so it sort of matches along, but I've just done countries there. But you sort of get the picture. So now the last one is multidimensional arrays. Multidimensional, I think I spelled that right. So basically we're going to get these countries again. Okay, now basically, if you want to put a continent array inside of this, if you know what I mean. So we've got our countries here. You'll see what I mean now. So we've got our countries here, and we want to put another array called continent inside here. So you'll see what I mean now. So if I just get rid of this and then put another array on here, and then put in continent, and then basically like this, and then we can put Europe. So England is in the continent Europe, and so basically that is a multidimensional array. It's an array within an array. It's kind of complicated, but it's easy to grasp once you've got it. So that's in Europe as well, and this is in North America. So now if we try and echo out this, so echo countries, now you'll see what happens here. Now if we echo out England, for example, we get an array, because England contains an array. It doesn't just contain a value this time, it contains another array. So what we have to do is specify the other array with another set of square brackets, saying the continent, because the continent is the key of this array. So now if I echo this out, we should get Europe, which we do there. So basically that is, and again with United States, we'll get North America. So that's basically the three main arrays that you use. The first one is very simple. It's just a list of values. The second one is fairly simple. You've got a key and then a value, and you represent in square brackets with the key, not just a number. So you can actually name what you want the values to be, in a way. And then the third one is multidimensional arrays, which are, it's an array within an array, and basically these can go on forever. Like, so here, so if I wanted to put like, so England is in continent, is in a continent, and then I could put something like is in Earth or something, and it can go on forever, specify different arrays within an array. But in reality, you wouldn't go more than, like what I've done here, just one array within the actual main array. To go a second time, maybe, third time, I would think of a different way to do it, because it will get really complicated if you're going more than twice. So that's all this tutorial is going to be about. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.